welcome back, everyone. As always, this is a little different than pre-market prep. The idea is more Q&A, more big picture type idea. So I've got Alex here, the amazing and beautiful Alex, helping me out as always. Drop a questions or tickers. Well, again, I'd like to focus more on questions, but hey, I mean, we can talk tickers as well. So drop those in the YouTube chat or the Instagram chat, etc., etc., etc. PXMD. Man, we have had so many clean afternoon moves. Nerve last week, AVCT Monday. What was Tuesday? Was drug Tuesday? HPCO, NUWE. Just really, I mean, just a week straight of very clean afternoon breakouts, and PXMD annoying. What a chop fest, man. You know, the setup is there. You know, if you guys remember, if you were on pre-market prep, we had a fun Bigfoot moment this morning. I went live and like I was looking at PXMD and the chat pump came in like 30 seconds later. It was actually pretty amusing if you were on pre-market prep. I think, you know, anyway, I mentioned the Bigfoot and black helicopters conspiracy theory. But anyway, PXMD, the recipe's there. Okay, it's a chat pump survivor. It reclaimed VWAP. Traded, you know, 10x float rotation in the middle of the day, but just so choppy. I mean, at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's like aggravating, you know, and you could say those are excuses. You could say, Tim, excuses are like buttholes. Everybody's got one. I agree. But man, again, the afternoon moves so clean. You know, go back to Nerve. Go back to AVCT. Go back to NUWE. So, but I don't know. Annoying and aggravating. And it just is what it is, you know. So, but again, frustrating. I mean, if you're frustrated by this choppiness of PXMD, I don't blame you. I'm frustrated. Annoyed the hell out of me as well. So, you know, I guess the one, again, excuses. Okay. It is, if I had to pick a lame-ass excuse, because all excuses are lame, okay? There is no such thing as a good excuse. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. It is the afternoon before a 3-day weekend, you know. And again, hey, you can call me out. Oh, Tim, you know, you're justifying the fact that this thing didn't go to 7. You can do that. I don't care. I mean, if you want to come on this live stream and, you know, piss and moan and cry, feel free. Your tears will go unheeded. I care little for your tears. I care little for your whining, much like you should care little for my excuses. It is a Friday before a holiday weekend, you know, so anyway, remember that pre-market prep will be on Tuesday. So, Thomas, it seems like there's not a lot of follow through in the market these days. I see a bull flag or a different pattern present itself, and most of them are failing. Any advice? So, Thomas, I'm guessing if you're trading bull flags and pennants and stuff, you're trading more real stocks. Man, so I've said this since the beginning of the Ukraine situation. It's like swing trading, real stock trading. It's tough, man. And we've seen that. Like we went through 3 years, like literally 3 years of some of the best swing trade markets I can recall. You know, like 2019, 2020, 2021. Now, I mean, it's not hard. I mean, look at the S&P, okay? Look at a 5-year chart of the S&P 500. And I mean, listen, it's like look at from, look at this trend for the last 2 years, basically. Let me zoom in. I mean, listen, it's kind of like swing trading in this period. It's like falling out of a boat and getting wet. All right. I mean, look at it. Look at the lows of March 2020 to the high of December 31st, 2021. I mean, you just buy anything and any swing trade worked. Look at the overall market. Now, that shift happened, Ukraine. If it makes you feel any better, Thomas, it will come back. Do I know when it will come back? I do not know. Again, I don't blame you for being annoying, especially when it comes to real stocks. You won't get an argument out of me, okay? Whoops, I shut off my basics box. If PXMD hits a high day, this freaking thing, man. I mean, listen, if you made terrible decisions, like if you had absolutely no rules, no risk management, then and no stop loss and no plan, like you probably love PXMD right now. So to all of my friends with no stop losses, with no plan, with no risk management, that don't look at support levels, that don't look at VWAP, that don't look at anything, you love this thing. This is officially, in recent memory, like in the last month, the most annoying low float chat pump survivor. I anoint you, PXMD, as it hits a new high day after yanking back to VWAP for the 50th time. I hereby anoint you the most annoying low float chat pump survivor in months. So anyway, hey, if all you do is buy stocks and close your eyes, congrats. But if you have risk management, if you have key levels, if you use lines, if you use technical analysis and you got stopped out, all I can say is this stock is annoying as hell. So there you go. Drug. Under VWAP, it's dead unless it can reclaim. JJ says, what are your criteria for the dip and rip? So JJ, for the sake of time, so JJ, I'm glad to answer this question. It's just, I answer it all the time, and there's two things. So number one, there's a bunch of YouTube videos. I mean, hey, and JJ, I'm not like picking on you, but like there's like, there might be 6 YouTube videos talking about what makes a good dip and rip. Just go to StocksToTrade YouTube. I mean, you're probably on it right now. Then also, I mean, the ebook, okay? Alex will drop the link to StocksToTrade Advisory. You get a year of pre-market prep. You get the ebook. I mean, to me, the best way to answer that, JJ, just get the ebook, man. I spent the time on the thing. Use it. So where do you get pre-market prep in StocksToTrade Advisory? You log into StocksToTrade University. You go to StocksToTrade Advisory, and then you go to pre-market prep. So go to the StocksToTrade University, STT Advisory, pre-market prep. Hey, right there I am live. Look at that. It's magic. It's magic. You think there's anything worth holding over the weekend? Chris, I mean, how's Snapchat looking? No. Chris, here's the deal, man. It's like, Chris, I am not in love with swinging over the week. See, you got to delineate, okay? Like, when it comes to, like, PTSD, like, I just have so much PTSD from holding penny stocks over the weekend. Long or short, it's just like, man. And 3-day weekends? So, I mean, do you want to hold? I mean, listen, do I think, here's a spoiler alert for you. Do I think there's a high likelihood PXMD gaps on Monday? Yeah. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's back at the high. It's traded 60 million shares. It's 2 o'clock. But here's the deal. Even if I think there's a high likelihood this piece of junk, low float chat pump gaps on Monday, Jesus Pete, do I want to spend 4 days hoping this thing doesn't dump on Monday? I mean, that's just not how. Now listen, I'm older. I got PTSD from these freaking penny stocks over the weekend, okay? But learn from my mistakes. It's just so. And this goes, I mean, I'm just using PXMD as an example. I mean, it applies to any crappy penny stock, you know? So, there you go. Now, you might be like, now that may be very confusing to you. Okay, if you're like, wait a minute, Tim. Okay, you just said you think there's a high likelihood PXMD gaps on Monday. You just said it's almost guaranteed this is going to be the number one morning play. And I know I said Monday. If anybody calls me out for saying Monday, you know what I mean. Like, seriously, if you're like, Tim, it's Tuesday. I know it's Tuesday, okay? But, like, get a freaking life, all right? Let's be adults. You know, when I say Monday, you know what? I'm just going to say Monday the rest of the webinar. Just to, you know the people that, like, you know the people on Twitter that, like, when you spell something wrong, they're like, oh, nice typo. I'm like, shut the fuck. So I'm just going to say Monday for the rest of the webinar, just to annoy the typo people. It's supposed to be THEIR, not THERE. Anyway, yes, I think there's a high likelihood this gaps on Monday. Yes, this is almost certain, unless it dumps into the close, the number one watch for Monday morning. Why wouldn't you hold it over the weekend? Wow, I mean, geez, again, man. Dilution. Who knows what could happen over the weekend? World War III could happen over the weekend. So the point is, I don't think the risk is worth the reward. What do we do here? We manage risk versus reward. You know, well, if you're an actual trader, okay, if you're a degenerate gambler, that's different. But if you're an actual trader, you think about, and this is what so many get wrong. So what so many people get wrong is they only think about this. They think about, and what they get wrong is they never think about so they think about the money they can make. What if PXMD gaps? What if I got 1,000 shares of PXMD and it gaps to 7? That's what they think about. But what they screw up and what destroys so many people is they never look at the other side. And they never say, well, what if PXMD does a dilution and craters on Monday? They don't take that into consideration. So in my opinion, based on everything I just said, high likelihood of gaps, probably number one watch for Monday, I don't think it's worth the risk. Because whatever the reward is, it's not worth worrying about this thing all weekend and getting trapped in a dilution. So, Jay Fenton, if there's no chat pump. So Jay, I'm assuming you're talking about a low float story stock at the open that's not a chat pump. The majority of the time, the answer is yes. And a great example from this week was NUWE. Okay. So Jay, if you remember, I specifically chose NUWE Wednesday. Jay, I think, aren't you on pre-market prep? Jay, your name sounds familiar. So I think you're on pre-market prep, Jay. If you were, you remember on Wednesday, I specifically, like, 90% of the reason I chose NUWE was because he was going after all these low float IPOs. I mean, he bought like every single one of them, bagged everybody, but he bought like every one. Now, NUWE was beautiful at the open. So answer's yeah. Now again, you gotta have a. I mean, it's like you gotta have a stop. You gotta have a plan. All these things we talk about, but the short answer is yes. Is the overall market bullish or bearish? Neither this week, Death Cruiser. I like your username, Death Cruiser. You know, this week it's just undecided. So, I mean, you probably don't like that answer, Death Cruiser. But I mean, look at this close right now. I mean, listen, today, I think today answers your question, Death Cruiser. The S&P gaps up like what? Almost 2%. So in one day, we go from a 2% gap to the low of the day down 1%. So you may hate that answer, but my opinion is neither. Now, the next thing I'm going to say is, who cares? If you trade penny stocks, who cares? Now, Death Cruiser, maybe you're a swing trader, maybe you're a longer term investor. And we talked about that at the beginning. I mean, listen, if you're a swing trader, you're probably balder than I am at this point. I got the webcam on, right? I mean, you probably, if you're a swing trader the last 6 months, you probably look at my bald spot and you're like, oh my gosh, look at that glorious head of hair that Tim has. Look at that. You can see my scalp. Oh, Tim looks like he's got better hair than Brad Pitt. But if you day trade, again, PXMD was frustrating, but the day before that, HPCO, day before that, NUWE, AVCT. I mean, we had some amazing day trades this week, but good luck as a swing trader since Ukraine. So, how do you feel about these Chinese super runners? Use the key levels. Listen, HPCO. So HPCO yesterday. Let me show you something. Whoops. Let's go here. So HPCO yesterday, we had a day trade alert, a day trade idea at 850. Okay, where is it? Where's my folder? So HPCO, I'm not going to. So guys on Instagram, I know you can't see everything, but you know, I got I got multi-monitors. So guys on Instagram, if I'm talking about something, use your imagination. Those of you on YouTube, you know, so HPCO was one of these crazy Chinese runners. This was an alert from 9:15 a.m. Laid it all out. Signal price of 850, target of 10 plus, stop of 750. And again, this is an email from 9:15 a.m. yesterday morning. HPCO low float, recent IPO, big bounce day. Everyone is all about the IPOs today. Amazing, incredible moves yesterday. Oracle sees major resistance at 841. So I like the whole half dollar area of 850. Make sure you are sized properly. You need to give this room if you're trading it. By the way, great read on NUWE yesterday. Woo! Anyway, so, it played out perfectly. It broke 850, Chinese IPO, spikes to a 1050, pulls back to 10. You take your profits, $1.50 a share, depending on when your fills. You had it in your email in advance. So if you use Oracle, if you don't become a true believer, if you stick to the plan, you know, but don't swing them. This like, Alex, Alex, we need to like name this webinar Tim bitches about swing trading post-Ukraine for 30 minutes. I'm sure our YouTube views will explode. I'm sure that's like the best clickbaity title ever. Give me a yes or no in chat. Is that the best clickbaity title ever to up our views on YouTube? Tim bitches for half an hour about how much swing trading sucks post-Ukraine. Oh my gosh, this will be our most viewed video of all time. That being said, PXMD probably going to hit the high day again. So, man, aggravating. What do we got on VWAP hold? FRZA doing anything? FRZA, Friday squeezer, just broke Oracle level of 430. Oh, no, 437. So it's not a bad Oracle idea right there. Low floater, Friday afternoon, recent runner. Electric boats. So you got an entry, you got a stop, you got a profit-taking area, and then they got a spot to scale out. So 1 equals your signal, 2 equals your stop, 3 equals a scaling out or profit-taking area, and then 4, you'd be all out for bank, bro. So I like that FRZA. Thank you, VWAP scan. Oh, I love the VWAP scan. What do you think about AHI, failed spiker? Yeah, under VWAP. Or did I already say this? No, I was thinking drug. Yeah, drug and AHI, both failed spikers. So, alt. Under VWAP. I mean, you know, here's the deal. I mean, it's like, listen, and don't yell at me, all right? I don't decide these things, okay? I mean, we're doing Q&A, but if you guys are like, Tim, all you've talked about is PXMD, I mean, I get it, but I mean, look at the S&P. I mean, just going back to that, it's like, I mean, hey, I'm here to answer your questions. It's just, it's an hour and a half before a 3-day weekend. Market's in the dumps. There's no hope out there, you know. And this will change, but it's just like, what's there to be? I mean, what's there to be excited about? You know, at 2:30 p.m. on September 2nd, you know, I mean, you'd be excited about a 3-day weekend, but give me a hot sector. Somebody give me a hot sector. There really isn't one other than these trash bag IPO. I mean, the trash bag China IPOs are the hot sector. None of those are doing anything. There's literally no good news. Like I will like gladly give some sort of prize to someone that could give me a good headline today. And the markets reflect that. I mean, remember, the markets are a fear, a greed. The markets are a forward-looking indicator. The S&P 500 dumping from the highs to the lows, down 1% on the day. There's your hope mechanism. There's your, you know, so I don't want to bash any of your ideas. You gotta understand where we are on the fear and greed index. And as of 2:25 p.m., nobody's excited about anything except probably leaving early for the weekend. So tomorrow, National Movie Day. My friends, I may end on this. If you do not If you do not, well, listen, if you're spending time outside, you're spending time with the family, that's different. But if it's raining, or you're doing nothing, it is your duty. It is your duty to rewatch Top Gun Maverick. Because if you haven't seen it, get off my live stream. Like, seriously. If you have not watched Top Gun Maverick, close it. Close it. I cannot and will not associate with people that have not watched Top Gun Maverick. So yes, Ruben. And for that matter, rewatch the original. AMC on watch. Ryan Cohen hosed us. Okay? Well, I shouldn't say Ryan Cohen hosed us. Hey, we had an amazing run on the meme stock. Bed Bath & Beyond was incredible. Bed Bath & Beyond was incredible. But Ryan Cohen brought that to a screeching halt. Thanks, Ryan. I still like you. But, so, Ruben, hey, send Ryan Cohen an email and be like, hey, dude, why'd you dump all your Bed Bath & Beyond 2 days after getting everybody excited? So, and you might say, well, Tim, why are you talking about Bed Bath & Beyond? Well, they're meme stocks, okay? The meme stocks move together. AMC's going out of business. Well, AMC won't go out of business, okay? Understand, this is your story arc with AMC, and I will leave you with this, okay? So here's your story arc on AMC. And I leave you with this. My friends, and this is probably good. Yes, Top Gun is very kid-friendly. There's a little bit of romance, but there's no nudity. So again, depending on your kids, there's some sweet, sweet love making. Sweet, sweet, sweet love making. Anyway, but there's no nudity or anything. That being said, here's your story arc on AMC. It will slowly fade to slowly fade to oblivion. All of the long-term holders and Wall Street bets will get wiped out. The equity will go to zero and or pennies on the OTC. A hedge fund will sweep it up, buy it, take it public, sell all billions and billions and billions of shares to retail. It will then proceed to slow fade to zero again. They will rob all of the retail. The smart money, the hedge funds, the big money will rob all retail again after they do an IPO and then go to one and will repeat. And it's an age as old as, it's a story as old as time. So I'm going to move that to Instagram. So, and this story repeats and it repeats and it repeats. And it's why they have billions and you don't. Now, I'm not saying you can get billions, but you can make a lot of money if you understand how the game is played. I don't know, hey, maybe you can make billions. You got to do a lot of sketchy stuff. I hope you're all good people and you don't do, you can make, the problem with millions to billions in the market, see, pretty much anybody can make millions in the market, but you want to get to billions, you got to kind of start doing like some Axe Capital type shit, It's just a reality. Okay? You're speaking of billions, the show. You want to go from millions to billions, you got to kind of play outside the lines, all right? But anyway, the sooner you understand how the game is played, the sooner you understand what will happen with AMC, and it repeats and it repeats. You can recognize that. You can day trade these things. You can trade key levels, and you can make good money. You can make good money. Now, does that story arc of AMC make you a billionaire? Probably not. But the sooner you recognize that, the sooner you are on your path of profitability, and the sooner you are to becoming consistent, building up, turning hundreds into thousands, turning thousands into 100,000s, turning 100,000s into a million. But you got to start with $100. You got to start with making $100, and the sooner you understand the story arc, the closer you are to getting that $100. Okay, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Build on top of good habits, good trades, good chart patterns. Build, build, build. Get through that hockey stick, or the foot of the hockey stick, and go vertical. And most importantly, have a great weekend, my friends. Make sure you watch Top Gun Maverick, and I'll see you Tuesday morning on Pre-Market Prep. See, man, I blew it. See, man, I nailed that going out, but then I can't find my music. See, one of these days I'll put it where I can find it. Because that was such a clean exit, and then I'm freaking clicking around to find the music. Damn it!